Hi, everybody. This is Lefty Dad, and today I'm going to kind of go through in a little bit of detail how to play Diamond Mine Baseball. Now, Diamond Mine Baseball is a game that I've been playing since it first came out, and that's sometime in the 80s, I think the mid 80s. So this game has been around for a long time, and I just want to show. I'm really kind of enamored of it right now again, although I've played it for decades. And I'm currently replaying the 1946 season, only playing the Yankees games. And I'm going to do this game where at May 25th, you can see the Red Sox, who did win the pennant that year, are doing incredibly well. That year they 104 games, 675 winning percentage. Right now they're at an 800 winning percentage. So the Yankees are in second, and they're doing better than they did with their 87 win season. They came in third that year behind the Tigers. So this is a three-game, this is with as played schedule, as played lineups, real lineups. So let's get the game going here by just double clicking on this particular game and of the selections, and we're going to have me coach the Yankees. So everything will be human, except you have to put computer up here for the lineups, otherwise it won't give you the as played lineups. It'll think that you want to set the lineups. So here we go. And we see that at Fenway Park, the temperature on this May 25th game is 73 degrees. The wind is blowing in from center at 24 miles an hour. And there has been some rain, so the field is wet and the sky is cloudy. Now, all of this really does impact the game. And you can see there's no sound with this game, and the graphics are limited to these little pictures. But I do like the fact that they do have the field perimeters realistically displayed here. I could care less about the graphics in regard to this game because it's text-based, and it really is incredible, I think, statistically and playability. You can see up, and there are other things, like for instance, here's this thing called Trilogy, and it's got all kinds of detailed stats that you can access. For instance, you want to see how teams are batting. This is for the 1946 season. You'll find all position players with greater than 5 hits in a game. So it'll show you that, I guess maybe maybe I'm not doing this correctly with 4 hits in a game. Yeah, so it shows a lot of Phil Rizzuto had, I guess it was greater than, had 5 hits in a game against the Browns on May 8th, and Oscar Grimes was filling in for an injured Joe Gordon. So anyway, that I just wanted to kind of show you, and it's really goes into incredible detail. Back to the game. So we're going to start, and you can see that the reason why Boston. So you go up here to reports, and really I think that these are really very detailed statistical reports. Now, I guess I want to do the pitching to show you that Boston is doing so well because their pitching has been so incredible. So we go here, and you can see that Boston currently has a team ERA of 2.67, and they're leading the league, whereas the Yankees have 3.28, and the league average is 3.50. So the Red Sox have just been incredible in their pitching. And let's look at team hitting, and you can see here that for team batting by batting average. The Red Sox are leading in batting average. They have a 270 batting average, 32 home runs, and the Yankees are fourth with a 259 batting average. Now the league average currently is 252. The Yankees have 26 home runs, so they are second in home runs, but they're behind the Red Sox. So let's get on to the game. And one thing that is tremendous about this game, in the past few years, there has been an enhancement to the play-by-play by somebody called Jack Wood, I believe, but he has just put incredible detail into the historical aspects of the play-by-play. So, for instance, you'll see that, you'll see it as the game goes on, the detail. So we're going to press the number 1 up there for swing away. Sternweiss is the hitter for the Yankees, and you'll see, hello there, Jim Britt is the announcer. This is all stack. We're coming up between, it gives you their scores, and Dave Ferris, he's 5 wins, hasn't lost yet. His ERA is only 177. Stuffy Sternweiss hitting only 211. And then if this goes by too fast for you, you can hit replay and it'll show you everything. So you can play this game to just show you the outcome of the at-bat, or you can change it to go pitch by pitch. And I generally do that when I'm on the defense and I want to maybe try to pick somebody off or play the corners in, the first baseman, second baseman in to guard against a bunt until there are 2 strikes on the batter. And sometimes when the game is on the line and it's very tense and it's close, I'll go to pitch by pitch because it just makes it more exciting. Now, you can see down here, Sternweiss is very fast. That's running, the S for stealing. He's very good at stealing, and at getting a jump, he's average. But you've got Ferris, who is average in terms of his range, but at picking, holding the runner, he's excellent. He has an air rating of 1. The smaller, the better. And Hal Wagner, is very good at throwing out runners. The FR stands for fair, is his defensive capabilities. He does have a rather high air rating, but this is too much to run on with excellent hold and a very good arm. Now this game is you handle the pitcher durability by pitch count, and in 1946 you get up to like 140 pitches a game, and that's no problem. Now Ferris is, you double click on Ferris here, I think. I don't know, I guess I can't because it's the defense, but because the computer is running Ferris. But I'll show you when Spud Chandler gets up to pitch. So we'll have Lindell. Now I kind of haven't, Lindell over here, if you look in the lower left, well, you can't really, you should be able to see how he's rated for bunting. But anyway, if you double click on him, you can see how he's rated for bunting. I always thought that you could see where they were rated for bunting. Maybe I'm just not. Oh yeah, up here, I'm looking at the picture. So up here for Lindell, you can see that for bunting, for a sacrifice he's average, for a hit he's poor. And you can see the statistics for Lindell up here. For the year, he's hitting 250. In the real statistics, he was 259. He's doing better with walks and things. He's 351 on base percentage, 328. And then the problem is he hit 10 home runs and he has hit no home runs. So his slugging percentage is way down. But here's where the complexity and the delight of the game really comes in. You can see against left-handed pitchers, now Ferris is a right-handed pitcher, this shows you his splits, his batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage, and this is his real statistics, so it's all broken down. And then for right-handed hitters, uh, he's not as good. And then you can go down here to the pitcher, and you can see average against left-handed batters, 275, batting average against right-handed batters, 248. So the advantage statistically in the whole scheme of things is with the pitcher in this particular time. So I kind of have the option. I can press 1 up here. You can see he would swing away. I could press 2. It's a little easier to press the numbers once if you've played this game since the mid-'80s, you kind of know all this by heart. You don't have to hesitate. And then you could do a 3 for hit and run, 4 for steal. You can take the pitch. And if you want to go to your lineup here, if you wanted to pinch hit or something, this shows you all the players that are the position players that are on the bench. You click on show pitchers, and in this particular year, 1946, a lot of players were coming back from World War II. So a major league had a rule that you could have as many players as you wanted on your active roster here. So you never run out of pitchers, really. Now, we're just going to have Lindell hit away, and Lindell shows...
Someone is at the front door.
So we are continuing on here. I had the doorbell ring right when Lindell went to bat, but you can see here it said he has a batting average of 250. There's a one. The count was 1-1. Pitch from Boo. Now this is this nickname that the guy who has updated the play-by-play puts in there. They're blasted very deep right field. Metkovich goes back, still going back, catches for the outscoring. So now 7 pitches, 2 strikes. This shows you how the defense is playing you over here. And you look over on this part, and you can see there's 1 out. So now we've got Keller up. Keller is hitting 302. The Yankees have kind of cooled off in the last week or two. And with the statistics, you can just have a period of time if you want to analyze how things have gone. It'll have a calendar up there, and you can click the calendar. For instance, I'd want to get onto the game here. I don't want to spend the whole time going over too much of this stuff. But if you want to look at team batting, so you could pick the Red Sox, for instance. Well, let's pick the Yankees because I just said they were not doing so well. So you go up here to time period. Now we want to have an interval. So let's say we want to see how they've done from May 13th. So that's about a 2-week period. So you can see the Yankees have only been hitting 238 in that time period. So that's why they were in first place. They came out red hot at the beginning of the season, and then their hitting kind of cooled off. And you can see Lindell, he's only hitting 100. Sternweiss, 133. Now Nick Etten hitting 356, and but they're 20 points below what they're averaging for the season. And I could go look and show you how they did in April too, so you could look at that. But anyway, back to the game. Keller is up, and Charlie Keller shows he's 304, 302, 4 home runs, 0-1 pitch, hit hard. Now the pitch count, really, you'll see the pitch count right when you click hit. And the pitch count, for the most, I mean, it really does kind of reflect if the pitcher is ahead, like no balls, 2 strikes, then it won't bode well for the hitter, just like it does in real life. If the pitcher is pitching behind, 2 balls, 1 strike, 3 balls, 1 strike, then you'll find that most likely there's going to be a good result for the hitter. Okay, Joe DiMaggio is up. Joe is like 35 points lower than his average. He's got 9 home runs. So he's still not doing as well in terms of slugging. 462 this season. He was 511 in real life. So Joe is underperforming somewhat. So let's have him hit. Joe moves in to hit, 255, throw to first, so there was a pickoff play, and so there no balls, no strikes. Now it's a 1-1 count. The delivery low in the dirt. Nice job by Wagner, who got a glove on it, preventing any possible advance. Now it's 2-1 the count, so DiMaggio has a little advantage here, and there's another. Pitch is on the way, and he flies out to the left fielder. Okay, now Chandler is pitching. Now you double click on any of these players and it gives you their really detailed information. So you can see that Chandler's ERA spud, and you can see up here he's 38. His real ERA is 2.10. In the game so far, he's had 8 starts, 1.90. He's 6-0. So this is really the reason I wanted to do a YouTube video about this game is because it does have the Yankees coming into Fenway Park, and they've got to beat Boston. You can look up here very easily to see how they've done so far against each other head-to-head during the year. But you get, as always with Diamond Mine Baseball, you get the real stats up here, you get what's happening in your replay, and then even the game. And they have like secondary stats, how they're doing with their starts. If they're I guess he had 2 looks like he had 2 save opportunities during the year in real life, and he got 2 saves. But anyway, you also get stats, how he's rated as a starter in terms of endurance, his hold rating, his range. This is a ground ball percentage. They go to enormous lengths to make everything as accurate as possible. And one thing that I haven't mentioned yet, but I'm going to save the game here for an instant, and this also, so it's May 25th, you go up here to view and transactions, and you go down to May 25th, and you can see the incredible detail. Every at bat of every player is charted in terms of the cards for the hitters and pitchers, but even the details of, so for instance, it says on May 25th, Davis from Brooklyn was demoted to the reserve roster, and Detweiler, that was for the Boston Braves, who were the first place team in the National League, got promoted, and they demoted Reichel or whatever his name is. And it shows that Johnny Murphy has returned from bereavement. Now, a week or so earlier, he was you could look it up probably on Google and find out why he took a leave for bereavement. But the Yankees have really struggled with closing out games since he's been gone. Here's another interesting thing. On May 23rd, all these players from St. Louis were suspended, and this is because they started up a rival Mexican league and tried to hijack a lot of players from professional baseball in the United States, and they got Klein and Lanier and Martin to and also somebody from Brooklyn, and they joined this Mexican league, and in fact they ended up getting suspended. They were banned from I think initially the threat by Happy Chandler, who was the commissioner, was that they would be banned for life if they did that, and then later it was banned for 5 years. And they did kind of, I believe they sued baseball, these players, and they got their suspensions reduced to something like 3 years. But so if you're interested in history and detail and really top-notch attention to everything, it's not a flashy game. It's not a game that is going to dazzle you with the graphics, although the graphics are not ugly. And you can adjust some of these colors a little bit too. So we're back to the game now, and now Chandler is going to have his first pitch. So I go over here to quick pitch, because otherwise you'd have to like go through challenge. I'll go through this, what it looks like. Also, it's possible this Metkovich is averaged at bunting for a sacrifice, but he's very good at bunting for hits. So I do think, so I'm going to hit 1 up there. You'll see it'll be challenge hitter. Then I'm going to hit 2, or 3, which means in at all corners. And then, Chandler is great, and Metkovich has a 230. Now, actually, I probably should have moved this. If you press M, it'll change from pitch mode to hit mode, and then it would have gone pitch by pitch, but I didn't think of doing that. Anyway, I could do that for Pesky because he also is very good at hitting, as you can see over here. So I'm going to press M, and you'll see up here that it's going to change to pitch mode, or batter mode, and now it'll be pitch by pitch. So first I challenge the hitter, then I go to 3 in at the corners. Now it's only going to be 1 pitch. So Pesky steps in, hitting 317, and it's high and tight. So there's a ball. Now if he gets to 2 strikes, I'm going to take this pitch by pitch mode off and just pitch to him regularly, because I don't think he would risk bunting with 2 strikes. But anyway, challenge the hitter, 3 in at the corners, and now 1-0 count. Chandler works. He takes a slider for a strike, and they have even identified the various pitches that these players, the pitchers, have. Okay, now it's still only 1 strike, so we go to challenge hitter in at the corners, and Pesky reaches for it, lifts it foul. Okay, now they're in the upper deck. So there are 2 strikes. So now I'm going to press M and go back to pitch mode, and I'm just going to press 6. So 6 is quick, and that means that I don't have to go through all those individual things. So I just press 6, and we're going to see what happens here. 1 bounce shot back to Chandler, who kicks it to first base, which didn't work, so they give him a hit for that. So now he's on first base, and you can see when he's on base, he's very good at running, but only fair. Chandler is excellent at holding them on. Bill Dickey is really great, so I'm not going to worry about it. Ted Williams is up 2 outs. Ted is hitting 349, as you can see there, with 9 home runs. I think DiMaggio and Ted Williams are leading the American League in home runs. So let's just pitch to Williams and see what happens. Oops, I pressed 1 instead. Okay, it's 1-1 count. And Williams pops it up behind the plate, and Dickey, it went out of play. Okay, so now I'm going to press 6 this time. So Williams is down in the count, 1 and 2. Now it's a 2-2. He's lined to left, slicing. Keller on the dead run. He reaches out and makes the catch. Okay, so there are 2 outs, and now Bobby Doerr is up. Bobby is doing really great. He's hitting 301. Really only hit 271, and you can see though he's much better against left-handed pitchers, and Spud Chandler is much better against left-handed batters. You can see all that. I mean, it's just incredible, the detail. If you don't mind that the game really looks like it did in the 80s. But again, if you're just interested in all the statistical detail, and the incredible amount of research that goes into each player, each team. So let's have Doerr. I'm going to press 6, and he's going to go after the first pitch, it looks like. And up here it says Pesky gets a signal to steal, but he didn't get a good jump, and that's in brackets. So that just means the AI tried to. And if you tell a runner on first base to steal, that doesn't mean he's going to steal, because he has to get a good jump. So okay, that was a strike. He was supposed to steal. Doerr didn't swing, apparently. Going to let him steal. So now we're going to press 6 again, and Doerr has a strike on him. Now it's an even count, 1-1. Gets into the corner. DiMaggio goes back, loses his footing because it had been raining. Now the ball falls behind him. Pesky's around the bag at third, and Pesky is going to try to score with 2 out. I'm going to have DiMaggio. I'm going to say yes. I don't think he's going to get Pesky, because Pesky's a really fast runner, and there are 2 outs, so he was running immediately. But you never can tell. Maybe Pesky will slip on the wet dirt. So they throw home. Rizzuto with the relay. The throw gets loose. Dickey couldn't handle a tricky hop. Okay, well, this is the worst possible, almost the worst. Rizzuto didn't throw it well to Dickey, and it got behind Dickey, and now Dora is over at third. But there are 2 outs, so Rudy York is up, who's hitting 15 points above his average. So let's just press 6, and it's a 2 balls, 1 strike. York with a 291, and it's grounded towards the hole, into the hole, out into right field. Everything has gone kind of bad for the Yankees in this crucial series. So now Dom DiMaggio is up. That's Joe's brother. He's underperforming in terms of batting. And you can see over here, Rourke has a poor rating for jump. So I think if you press, 1 to challenge the hitter, but then I can press 5 to play behind the runner. So that just makes it harder for them to get a hit in the hole. Okay, and you can see if you're looking at York there, you can see that if I press 5 again, you can see the H by York on first base. That means he's being held by the first baseman. If I press 5, then he's not. So Dom DiMaggio is up. He's behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a pitch from Spud. DiMaggio fly ball to center, and his brother Joe DiMaggio catches the ball, and now we're back up to the top of the second. The Yankees are down 2-0. Okay, Etten is up. Etten is doing great. He's hitting 75 percentage points higher than his real average. So we're just going to press 1, and it showed you up there he's hitting 283 against righties. So nice level swing, he gets a hit. Now Joe Gordon is up. Joe Gordon was really great for the Yankees. And he came back from World War II, I believe, and has had nothing in real life, nothing but terrible injuries. So he was on the DL, or at least he wasn't available for a lot of the beginning of the season. And even when he just kept re-injuring himself. He only had a 210 batting average for the year. Right now he's 207. And then the Yankees traded him to Cleveland. I guess they kind of gave up on him or something. Let's see how old is he. You can double click on these people anywhere, and he's 31, so he's old. But he went to Cleveland, and he went right back to his form in Cleveland after this year. So Joe Gordon is up. We're going to press 1. He's got 2 strikes, no balls, probably going to strike out. And Ferris works on him. No, there's a ground ball cut off by Russell. The third baseman should be 2. And it is a double play. Okay, this brings up Bill Dickey, who's hitting about his average, which was 261. He's 265, 1-1 on the count. Here it comes, lined softly, right back to Ferris, who reaches up, plucks it out of the air. So now Chandler is pitching. He threw 30 pitches that inning, first inning, which is a lot, but he can pitch forever. In fact, you can double click on Chandler here, and you can see that he started 32 games and had 20 complete games and 6 shutouts. So it's very rare that you have to take him out unless you just need to pinch hit for him or something late in the game. So Chandler got Russell. You can see over here he's bunting. He's very poor at bunting for a hit. So Russell, who's not a terrible hitter anyway, ground ball to Sternweiss at third. He's out now. And you can see now I'm going to try to go faster because these games are fast. You can play them in under 20 minutes, probably 15 minutes. So now Hal Wagner is up. He's hitting about, he has 90 at bats so far, hitting 233, hit 230 in real life. And Chandler's is really hard on left-handers. So hard ground ball to Etten at first, and they throw across to the pitcher. He's out. Now Ferris, the pitcher, is up. Ferris, he's behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's popped up, shallow center. Rizzuto and Gordon going back, and Rizzuto takes the ball for the third out. Now the Yankees are up. Phil Rizzuto leads off. Phil is doing great. Scooter there are even things that you can input so that if a player is incredibly short or incredibly tall, like with Rizzuto, there's a simple little thing I input, and the play-by-play will say, well, the short Phil Rizzuto or something, Or like if it's Randy Johnson, the really tall player, you can input these things and it'll be reflected in the play-by-play, which I don't know if this is the best play-by-play you'll get anywhere by far. So if you're interested in statistics, incredible amounts of research, and in the best play-by-play there is, then this is for you. So Phil Rizzuto, press 1, counts 1-1, hitting .310, and Ferris comes home, ground ball to second base, and he's out. Door throws him out. Now Chandler is up. Chandler is hitting much better than he did in real life so far. It'll all even out. Water finds its level, as they say. Now Sternweiss is up, and it won't give you as much statistical information. It only does that the first time they're up. So Sternweiss, it'll tell you what he did last trip. He walked his last trip, and he hits it out to right field on a 2-1 count. Now the side's retired. Now Chandler faces Metkovich again. So now I'm going to switch. I'm going to press M, switch to batter mode, and I'm going to press 1-3, 1, and then 3 to have him be on the corners. Metkovich, strike 1, 1-3 again. That'll have the first and second baseman come in. There's a ball. 1-3. You can do the whole game if you want, pitch by pitch. Now it's a 2-1 count. 1-3 again, and there it's 3-1 count. Now there are options to intentionally walk if you want, or you could pitch around the hitter if you wanted. You can see up here, I could challenge the hitter, pitch around the hitter, intentionally walk. But anyway, I'm going to do 1-3 again, and he held up in time, so he draws a base on balls. Now we've got Pesky up, who's also incredibly good at bunting. And now I'm going to try to pick off Metkovich. So up here you can see it says pick off 5. So I press 5, and then I'm going to do a 3 for in at the corners. And I doubt if Metkovich is going to try to steal. He's back in playing time. I do the same thing again, 5 to pick off, 3 to have them in at the corners, and he's called safe. Okay, now I'm just going to go back to 1-1 or 1-3, 1 normal pitching, and the infielder's in at the corners. Here's the pitch, it's in there, there's a strike. I'll do the same thing again, 1-3, and that's way wild, almost got the kneecap. Great grab by Dickey. Okay, even count, 1-3, and Chandler fouled back. Okay, he's got 2 strikes, so I'm going to switch to, I'm going to press M. That's going to switch me, you see here, to pitch mode, because I don't think he's going to try to bunt with 2 strikes. So now I'm just going to press 6, and it's a 2-2 count. Soft ground ball to first. Chandler on it quickly. I'll have to go to first with it. And now Williams is up. Now, it's possible that you might want to pitch around Williams, which is likely to bring him a walk. You never know for sure. Also, some people may not like this game because, you know, it's not a board game. You can't see, it's not a port of a board game. But frankly, for the purposes of what I'm trying to do here in terms of statistical realism and everything, I really don't care that I can't see why the result is why it is. I mean, when you're watching a real baseball game, you can't see what the result is. It just happens. And it's all statistically accurate, and the play-by-play is very varied, so it's just wonderful. But I'm going to just challenge Williams here with 1 out. We'll see what happens. He's got a 3-1 count. He's probably going to get walked. Yeah, way outside. Okay, so now we got men on first and second, 1 out. I don't think Dorr is going to bunt. They're ahead. He's not that good. And there's already 1 out. So we're just going to challenge Dorr. Presses 6. Full count on Dorr. And he's already got a double. And he's swing and miss. He had a late cut. 2nd out. Chandler picks up a strikeout. Now York is the hitter, and we're going to just press 6 and challenge him. Full count again. He had an RBI single last time up, and it shows you there York is hitting .524 against New York, And what happened? I couldn't keep up with the play-by-play. So Chandler missed high and outside. But you see up here, it says York, RBI single last time up. It's also not stupid, superfluous play-by-play with a bunch of stuff that's not relevant. But you see, he's hitting 524 against New York, so that's wonderful. Okay, now Dom DiMaggio is up. Got bases loaded. Now this might be, if it was later in the game, I might switch to the mode to batter so that I would go pitch by pitch, but it's a little early in the game to do that. So I'm just going to press 6. He's got 2 strikes on him, Dom, and he misses a pitch that bounces. I think he smothers it, so they had bases loaded. Nothing happened except, again, Chandler threw an awful lot of pitches. So we're kind of back at the top of the order for the Yankees, and Lindell, it'll say what he did last time. Oh, the bag at first base is broken, so they have to get the infield ready. Johnny Lindell, he pulled his fly to the wall last time. Here's he flew out to left field. Now Keller is up. He's got 2 strikes on him, and grounded hard to left side. Pesky up with it over to first, and he's out. Now there are 2 out, and here's Joltin' Joe DiMaggio, 2-2 count. Flew out to left field last time. And here it comes, yanked to left field, right to Williams. He pulls it in. Okay, now we're back to bottom of the 4th. So you see how if you're not having to talk and explain all this stuff or recount the play-by-play, the game goes fast. Okay, so Rip Russell is up again, and he's got 33 at-bats so far. And up in the upper right-hand corner, all that updates after every at-bat. So there is a ground out to Rizzuto. Hal Wagner up here, you can see he's got 91 at-bats, 1 in the game so far. The next time he comes up, it'll say 92 at-bats. And over here on the left-hand side, you can also quickly see Wagner is the hitter. He's got 1 at-bat, and the rest are zeros, so it's also a quick reference over there to see how they've done. And you click up here, you got the box score. Click here, you got the score sheet, so you can see how they've been scored. You got the game log here, which you can go back and look at any inning and see exactly what happened, even the count for the at-bat. Okay, now Chandler is pitching to Wagner, and we're going to do a 6. There's 1 out. He's got 2 strikes on 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on, missed. There's another strikeout for now we've got Ferris up with 2 outs, and he's going to strike out probably. There are 2 strikes on him. Popped up last time. Oh, ground ball to Rizzuto. Backhand across the diamond with a little arc. 3 outs. Okay, now back to the Yankees. Here's Etten. Now Etten, you can see over there in the upper right-hand corner, he's been up 137 times so far. So he's over a third of the way through his total at-bats. So Etten, he's got a hit, base hit back in the 2nd, 2-2 count. Here's a delivery ground to short. Pesky takes it on 2 up, drops it, no play. Etten reaches on an error. Okay, good. Now Joe Gordon. Joe Gordon again. He was like, I think 207. He's got 112 at bats. He was 207, I think, the last time he was at bat. Now he's at 205. So this is updated. Ferris running through the signs, 1-1 pitch, ground ball across the middle. Pesky comes across, underhands the 2nd on the 1st, and there's a double play. 2nd double play of the game. Now Bill Dickey is up. Bill Dickey's been up. Aaron, I can't remember his last name. The other guy who plays catcher currently, Aaron Robinson, I believe. He's, I think, kind of injured slightly, so he's day-to-day. He's not. So Dickey's having to play catcher more than he probably would or will later in the season. So Dickey is ahead in the count now, and he's driven way deep to left field. Williams slips on the turf but stays with it, and there's a nice play out there after losing his footing on the wet grass. That's about as frivolous as the game gets. He slips. Normally nothing happens when they slip, but still it does reflect that it has been raining and the skies are cloudy. Now here comes Chandler. You can see up here he's got 82 pitches. Bottom of the 5th, and it's a pitching duel. You can see up there on the scoreboard that the Yankees only have one hit. The Red Sox only have 3 hits. You can also see in the middle here, it shows you the height of the fence in all the different outfield positions and the distance. And the height does make a difference. You'll see that there's the green monster out there. There will be balls that are hit off the green monster. But anyway, Chandler is pitching to Metcovich. So normally you don't have to do this quite so much, but I'm going to hit M, and I'm going to do 1-3 so that they're playing in out the corners. He drew a walk the last time. There's ball 1, 1-3 again, and there's a one-hopper to second base, 1 away. And Pesky is also very good at hitting for a bunt for a hit, so I'm going to do 1-3 with him also. Pesky bounced out to third last time. Pop foul down to our right. It drops in amongst the spectators. Pesky 1-3 again. A fork ball that stays up. There's a ball. 1-3 again, and it's fouled. So now he's got 2 strikes. I'm going to press M and go to pitch mode. I'm going to press 6, and it's a 2-2 count. Hard ground ball down the first baseline. Eden can't reach it. That's good for extra bases. The ball bounces away from Lindell. Throw comes in. Pesky's in with a double. It's 13th of the season. So I mean, it shows you very economically and informationally that it's his. What did it say? Go to replay here and always see these things. His 13th double of the season. Pretty good. You know what? Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to pitch around. There's 1 out. I'll show you. So you go up here to pitch around hitter. Now it's probably best to do this in batter mode because you could get, 3 balls and no strikes. So you could get ahead, and then you don't want to pitch around them. But again, you can click on these things, like I have the mouse cursor up here if you want, or you can just press 2. So I'll click on this, and you got to do the second one here. Infield in at the corners. You can guard the lines late in the game, but it's just a normal defense. So number 3 hitter, there's 1 ball. So we're going to do this 1-1. A little faster if you just click the numbers. Hit a long way, very deep center. Back goes DiMaggio, slips on the grass, but it makes a nice running catch, and Pesky goes down to third, but there are 2 outs. So I was pitching around him, but you see, he hit that sucker. And he probably shouldn't have, because I probably would have walked him. Okay, now I'm going to press M and go back to batter mode. Bobby Dorr is up. He's, a very dangerous hitter, too. It's a little early in the game to start pitching around, so I'm not. I'm going to press 6. Got 2 strikes on him. Strikeout victim last time. Chandler, slow ground ball, right side. Chandler comes over for it, bare hands it, hard throw, and he just beats it out. See, doggone it. Now I'm down 3-0. Okay, York is up. Full count on York. And there, the ball hit the right center. DiMaggio won't get it. And Dorr is around to third on that single. So Chandler, if you leave the, I'm going to save the game here and then go back, so we'll cancel out here, and then go to view, and you go to organizer, and you go down here to notes, and first of all, it gives you a season recap of 1946, which is very detailed, so you really know what's going on if you weren't around to see these games live. And they tell you how they get the database set up, all the detailed research, but also shows you pitcher durability. So it goes into a lot of detail. It breaks it down for American League and National League. But in the American League, I believe Chandler has a very good rating. That means that for one game he can throw between 150 and 160 pitches, and then they also show you if he was pitching on short rest, then he's limited probably 100 pitches the next time out. It shows you how many pitches over a 5-day period he should throw. But you also get the sense of, so I'm going to go back to the game now, and he's at 104 pitches. He could probably go another quite a ways yet. But if they start getting fly balls hit to the fence, they start walking, you kind of know. And the thing is, you have to warm up your pitchers. You don't have to. You can set it so you don't have to. It's more realistic if you set it up that you have to warm up your pitchers. And they have to warm up for 2 batters faced by the current pitcher before they can come in. Otherwise, they don't come in fully warmed up. And then, so that's just more realism, more strategy. This game is for people that love strategy. Okay, Dom DiMaggio is up now. Got runners on first and third. 2 strikes on Dom. The little professor again. 2-strike pitch right down Broadway, well, maybe 3rd Avenue, for a called strike. So he got out of it. So now we're at the bottom of our lineup, kind of 8th hitter, Rizzuto. I think he's only let in 3 runs. The problem with this is that the Yankees are just not hitting right now on May 25th. So I'm not going to take Chandler out, because when you're back in the 1940 seasons, the relief pitchers are relief pitchers for a reason. They're usually no good. So you don't want to go to, they're not like they are now. They all want to be starting pitchers, and they're not, because they're not good enough to be starting pitchers. So you don't want to use your bullpen, really. So Rizzuto is up. We press a 1, 2-2 count. Bounced out last time up. Routine ground ball left side. Pesky chase about 15 feet. Great backhanded grab at the edge of the grass, throws him out. Okay, now Chandler's up. We'll let him hit. 2-1. And line to left center and down. DiMaggio with an overrun, but most likely, so he got a hit. That's great. Okay, now Sternweiss is up. Sternweiss, it looks like maybe he's walked once. 2-0 count. Out on a fly ball last time. Pops him up on the infield. Pesky calling for it. He gets the out. 2 outs. Johnny Lindell. And he's 3-0 count. 3 balls. And it's outside. So now King Kong Keller, Charlie Keller, could tie it up with the swing of a bat with a home run right here. So this is kind of exciting time. So let's press M. Now we'll go to pitch by pitch. So the first pitch, 2 outs. Here comes towering fly ball to DiMaggio in center field. He's there to make the catch. So that was rather anticlimactic. So now we have to kind of keep an eye on Chandler. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Normally he could go easily without worrying about it until like the 8th inning or so. But he threw so many pitches that 1st and 2nd inning that I want to keep an eye on him. So now we've got Rip Russell up. And 2 strikes, well hit. But this time DiMaggio is able to get the ball in left center. So 1 out. Hal Wagner's up. 2 strikes on him. Chandler looking strong here. He misses that pitch, short work of Wagner, and that is the 6th strikeout for Spud. I think Spud threw spitballs. Okay, now Ferris is up, and he's got 1 ball on him. He got fooled on a breaking ball. That's a routine play for Rizzuto. So now we're back with the Yankees, top of the 7th. Joe DiMaggio's up. You can see over in the upper right corner, Joe has had 147 at bats. So he's only struck out 6 times so far, and in real life he struck out 24 times for the whole season. So what is that? 1 strikeout a week is what it would be in real life if you averaged it out. Okay, DiMaggio steps in there. Right field alley. Metkovich is able to get to the gap, the right fielder, and makes the catch. 2 hits now for the Yankees, and I think one of them was Chandler hitting a double. So now Etten is up. He's the other one with a hit. Reached on an error last time. 1 hopper, 3rd base, guns it for the out. 2 outs. Joe Gordon is up, and double play, ground ball last time. 1 ball on him, pulls it to the left. It'll be a ground out if Pesky can make the play, and he can. Okay, now 116 pitches. Got to keep a little bit of an eye on Chandler. And if he starts to look a little shaky, then I'll start warming somebody up, because again, they have to warm up for 2 batters that Chandler has to face before they're able to come in. Now, if you warm them up while your team, like in my case, the Yankees, are hitting, then he would come out for the top of the inning ready to pitch. Okay, so we're back to this guy who's good at bunting. I don't think he's going to bunt, so I'm just going to I'm going to play it without going to pitch mode. We'll see. Now, because I don't have the corners in, maybe he will bunt. It looks like he might. It's a 0-0 count. Pitch is on the way. No, hit hard, but foul. It doesn't look like at this point they're going to bunt. They've got the lead. 2 strikes on him now. There's a chance for DiMaggio at center. He catches it. Now Pesky's up. I'm not going to fool around with bringing the corners in for him. 2 strikes on him. 2-2 count. 2 hits so far, doubling last time. Past the mound coming is Gordon. He takes it away from the shortstop and throws him out. Okay, 2 out. Here's Ted Williams. Ted Williams is hitless. A 1-1 count. And it's grounded, backhanded by Rizzuto. Wide throw, but Williams is out because he got tagged by Etten coming down the line. Okay. Now you're getting to the point we're going to have Chandler up. I think that we're going to pinch hit for him because it's top of the 8th. We're behind. So this is one reason why you'd probably have to pinch hit for someone like Chandler. Okay, Bill Dickey's up first. Bill Dickey, no hits. And harmless fly to center. DiMaggio just waiting for it, comes right to him, and he takes it in. Okay, Rizzuto is up. He's a good bunter, but I don't think I want him bunting. Bouncer to Ferris. Okay, now we're going to click on batting lineup, and first of all, I'm going to decide who's going to come in to pitch. So I show pitchers. Now look at all these pitchers. And I go up to other actions, and first of all, I can see who's scheduled. I don't want to have a starter, so we're going to have a doubleheader tomorrow against Boston. We've got Bevins and Page pitching those, and then on the 20th, then there's a day off, and they go to Washington, or they go to Yankee Stadium, and Washington comes in. Cuddles Marshall is going to pitch. That'll be his first start, and then Red Ruffing will pitch. He's 41, 42 years old. So I don't want any of these guys to be warming up. And you can see here the previous usage. I mean, it's incredible. It goes back like May 23rd, May 22nd. You can see 28 pitches thrown in relief. Tiny Bonham threw 6 pitches in relief. You can see that Al Gettle threw. They had a day off yesterday, the 24th. But Jack Wade, and over here you can see what they did in real life. You can see what they're doing. You can also click down here, all these different things, pitcher advantage, and then it'll break it down for right-handed and left-handed, advanced pitching stats, your whip, walks and hits per inning pitched. But we're just going to stay with pitchers. And I think we're going to have Johnny Murphy's back. And over here you can see the playing time percentage for the season. Johnny Murphy was on bereavement, so let's have him warm up. So you click on him, left click, then you right click, and you say start warming up. Now show batters. Now we're going to try to find a pinch hitter that would be effective against Dave Ferris. And you can see over here, down here in the lower right-hand corner, that he's worse against left-handed batters. So we're going to try, so we click on batter advantage. And now we've got the columns here against right-handed pitchers. Now we're going to try to find a left-handed batter who's good against right-handed pitchers. So we've got Cressetti, 270. We've got this Drescher guy, but he hardly ever hits. So this 333 is a little deceiving. And then you've got Suchok down here, but he's I guess the only left-handed. Silvestri is a switch hitter, and he's only 214 though against right-hand pitchers. So I think we'll go with Suchok, but I'll tell you, I've had him pitch hitting in these situations, and well, I'm going to go with Drescher because Suchok never gets a hit. So we're going to have Drescher, left click on him, and then just click pitch hit. Okay, so he only had 6 at bats. You can see up here, and I've had him bat 8 times, and he's had no hits. So this could be a big failure, but we'll see. He should get 1 hit. I think if you double click on Drescher, it'll break it down. So again, he had no at bats against left-handers, and he had 6 at bats against right-handers, and he got 2 hits, and 1 was a double. So this guy who's only 25, if you look at his picture there, he looks like he's 60 or something. Anyway, we're going to press 1. He's got to get a hit. but grounder to third, high throw, York goes up for it, no problem. So once again, my pinch hitters did not come through. Okay, so now this automatically takes me to the pitchers because I have to put a pitcher in. So I left click on Murphy. I go down here where Drescher is, and I insert bench player. He's going to be a pitcher. Press OK. If it was designated hitter era, it's even faster. You just say pinch hit. Okay, so Murphy, not doing so well. Yeah, I guess Murphy, he has not allowed an earned run, but he's only pitched 6 innings. He's an old guy. He's 37, and so Dorr is up way behind. Now this shows you what uniform number he has. You can input that if you want to go to all the work. There is a website that shows you every uniform number for every player from every year. So hard ball, right side, and it's through for a single. Okay, here comes. He's not going to steal, so I'm just going to go ahead and press 6 for Rudy York. He's pitching behind again, on base every time this year, today. And there's a fly out to Keller in left. He's got it 1 away. And now Dom DiMaggio is up. Went down on strikes last time. Dorr moves on first. Fordham Johnny, that's his nickname. The guy who did the play-by puts all that in. So there was some kind of a ground out. I could go back to the replay and see what it is. And you can slow the speed of it down too as much as you want. But normally when I'm playing by myself, it's like keep it fast. And now Russell is up, nearly put 1 out in the 6th. There's a bounce to the 3rd off a fastball. Sternweiss takes the short throw to 2nd. Now we're down. We're at the top of our order. Ferris has thrown 91 pitches. Ferris, let's see, double click on Ferris. And he had 25 wins that year. Good God, I didn't realize he was that good. 25 and 6 and 3 saves. He started 35 games, 26 complete games. He's rated very good for. Now you can look at their ground ball percentage, and that'll have a factor in whether you think that, you should do a hit and run to try to stay out of a double play. Anyway, Sternweiss is up. Looks like he's maybe walked once or twice. It may tell you up here, so I'm going to press 1. 1-1, wind up and pitch, slow roller at third base. Russell charging, he throws, he's got him. Okay. Oh, hold it. No, he didn't. So they call him save at first. So that's, this is what's so incredible. He's got him. No, he didn't. They call him save at first. Sternweiss has an infield single. Okay. He's good at stealing. He's not going to steal, as they teach you in Little League. 1 run is not going to win the game for you here. So we got to have him hit after hit here. So we need a bloop and a blast from Lindell. And he's, well, there have been so few hits, maybe he's walked once too. But anyway, Lindell readies himself. Third baseman, it's just going to be a double play, 2nd and 1, relay to first, out at first. Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, so that's great. So we're down to our last out. Keller is up. At least he's a left-handed hitter. Only 96 pitches for Ferris. So Ferris has walked too, and he has struck out nobody. But, okay, here's Keller, and Cronin is sending his outfielders more to right. And he, shallow fly ball to center. Dom DiMaggio gets him. The game is over. Save game stats, press 1. Okay. And then exit the game, press 3. So there you go. That's how you play the game. Now you can go up to here and press box score, and it'll show you the box. I could have seen the box score right inside the game if I wanted to, but here's all the detail. I mean, it's very detailed box score all the way down to I think when you look at the box score right after the game, it'll even show you how many assists and putouts all the players had. But it shows you here that the temperature was 73, the field was wet, the sky was cloudy, the wind in from center at 24 miles per hour, and the Red Sox made 3 errors, and yet the Yankees could still not win. Okay, so that does it for me here, and you can see the Red Sox are probably going to win the pennant.